being the person who was the ghostwriter on other people's stories and helping them shine, helping them stand on stage, helping them look good after speaking after Oprah, okay? I literally worked with a CEO whose job was to get on stage and to say something after the Oprah Winfrey, Queen of Talk, took the stage. I went from being that girl behind the scenes to somebody who was paid 5 figures and flew all the way, okay? I didn't just get flown first class. I got flew all the way to around the other side of the world to come and speak, to be the person in front of the camera, to be the person in front of the mic. How did I do that? In this video, I'm so excited to share with you a little bit about my story and where I actually even get the gall to believe and to know that it is possible for you as another woman of color who is a total baddie, who is a complete leader, expert in your field. I'm here to tell you, girl, I've been there, and it's time for you to step into your thought leadership. I wasn't promoted. I wasn't given the raise that I deserved. I was not paid for the extra work hours that I did, but I was asked to be a coach. Actually put out invitations for the universe to invite you to University of Hong Kong or Georgetown University or the University of London School of Economics, places that I have spoken. This is possible for you. I want you to know that.
You ready to speak like a boss? Let's get into your most powerful story, because your story matters.
Let me just walk you back. Let me take you to where I was around 2017, long before the pandemic. Here I was, very shiny degrees in hand, right? Like so well educated, because one thing about us is we are going to get the certificates, we're going to get all of the qualifications to make sure that we have armor on us because we know what we're up against. This was me in Manhattan working at a really fancy place. Like, I mean, the boardroom was overlooking the plaza, okay? It was like breathtaking views of the entire Central Park. It was kind of sick. Across the street from Bergdorf Goodman's, it had all the bells and whistles. It was not my job to be a speechwriter, by the way. It was not my job to coach anybody on public speaking, but the CEO had seen me in front of the mic, and you know, the thing that kind of stung me at the time is I wasn't promoted. I wasn't given the raise that I deserved. I was not paid for the extra work hours that I did, but I was asked to be a coach. I not only ghost wrote a lot of the remarks that the CEO said at huge stages, right? I'm talking about, like I said, after Oprah had spoken. I'm talking about at places like the World Economic Forum. I would help brain trusts, brain dump all of my good ideas, ghostwriting this person's speeches, and then, and here's the real kicker, I would spend so many hours coaching, like coaching hours, like, hey, how about you do it this way? Or all kinds of tips and tricks that are, not just tips and tricks, by the way, but strategy on how to make a speech that really lands powerfully. So I do all of this, and I don't recognize myself at that time as like, girl, you are the juice, girl, you are the value. There's other things that are going on politics-wise, like, girl, why was I the only Black person in there apart from the intern? Make it make sense. Here I am, I'm in a director role, and there's an intern in there, and we're the only 2 Black people. Fast forward so many years, and I had a total full circle moment. My book came out the same year that my little baby boy came out of me. So I give birth to these huge babies in the making. And something amazing happened. Oprah, yes, that Oprah. Okay, all right, I gotta qualify it. It's Oprah Daily, her magazine, but still it was a huge deal. Oprah magazine endorsed my book. It recommended my book as one of the top books to read in 2023 that came out of Africa that were short stories. And I was so thrilled because I remember what it was like when I went with the CEO, by the way, to this fancy soiree and got to hear Oprah. I got to hear Oprah talking and I got to see her command the room. And I have to tell you something. When we stand in our power, to see that woman on stage, and this is at a really fancy New York thing, everybody is done up, and these are not her mugs that she sweated over forever, right? She gets up there and she starts just being in church, and I was like, this woman can fucking talk, okay? She can talk. And then the CEO that I was working with, he stood up afterwards and he gave some really good remarks as well. And I was proud to have been part of that journey of helping him stand up after Oprah and sound halfway near decent. And the full circle for me to come back to where I was after all of this happened was when Oprah endorsed my book and said, this is a book worth paying attention to out of all the books that come out, and specifically for people who are interested in short stories that come out of Africa. Not only that, that's not where it ends, girl. I actually started getting invitations to speak publicly. Now, like I said, this is something that I'd been doing, right? So it's not like public speaking was some new thing to me, but to have been flown across the entire globe, okay, to Hong Kong, to a place I had never been before, to be paid multiple 5 figures, like that check and getting it was like, ching! I was so, oh my God, I was so elated and I was so happy and grateful for what God and the ancestors are able to do to take you from somebody who is behind the scenes and knows that they're talented and knows that there's probably more for them, to somebody who is flued across the world. By the way, when I tell you they did right by me, when I tell you they laid out the red carpet, when I tell you like the first class, the experience of the entire hotel, the literal red carpet that was laid out from the moment I landed at the airport. First of all, Hong Kong was such an amazing experience because I'd never been there before, and it is just this lush, tropical, beautiful island. And you know, a lot has happened in Hong Kong, so I was also a little bit nervous, but politically I'm talking about, a lot has happened politically. I did do my homework, and when I showed up on campus, the kids were everything that I knew that they would be. It was such a dream to work with them, and the staff as well. Everybody was extremely welcoming, and everybody saw me through the light that I all the time should have seen myself. When I was playing too small behind that CEO and I wasn't stepping fully into my thought leadership, I just wish I could have had that moment of Hong Kong and the way that people in Hong Kong were seeing me. I wish I could have had that beamed at me retrospectively, but that's okay. That's why I'm here, to help you see yourself fully. You already are a thought leader, period. You don't need somebody else to come and let you know. You don't need the CEO to recognize this. You don't even need their pay raise, actually. What you need to do is to do the work that positions you so you can step out as a full thought leader, and so that other people, when they see you, they see the thing that you see in yourself. And the long story short, when I did this speech, it felt like such a big full circle moment in Hong Kong, because it felt like that little girl who was hiding behind being too nervous about what other people thought about me, quite frankly, being a little bit fearful of, oh, I'm safe here and I'm comfortable here and I have a paycheck here. What happens if I branch off? What happens if I ruffle feathers a little bit too much? Is it going to be safe enough for me? And I'm here to tell you, as somebody who has been there, until you take that leap, you don't have to do it all. Like, I'm not telling you to quit your job, but I am just telling you, can you invest more in yourself? Can you trust yourself a little bit more? The thing, that magic juice that you're pouring out into them to make them look good, can we bottle more of that up and seal it on the inside and like drink it for ourselves? Because you're already making everybody else shine. How about using a little bit of that magic to make yourself shine? And then see what happens. Like when you do the work to become a thought leader, you put out a book that Oprah endorses, and you actually put out invitations for the universe to invite you to University of Hong Kong or Georgetown University or the University of London School of Economics, places that I have spoken. This is possible for you. I want you to know that, but more than anything else, I really want you to understand your value and what is possible when you start looking at yourself with the same light and admiration and oh my godness that you look at either Oprah or your CEO or the other entrepreneur who you're chasing and looking after all the time. I want you to start looking at yourself with that kind of light and eyes. That's it. That's my story. Simple. And I would love to hear from you. Where are you in your journey? Are you at the place where you recognize it is time for you to step into your thought leadership? Yes or no? Just let me know. Are you at the time right now where you recognize it is time for you to step into your thought leadership and you know that nobody is coming to save you and nobody's coming to give you permission to be a thought leader? I'm sorry. It's not even an application. There's no application for becoming a thought leader. You just need to decide. You need to decide, and then we need to do the work, and you need to get the support, which is what I'm here for, to get you in front of the places where you need to be. That looks like publishing a book. That definitely looks like standing up and speaking on stages. That looks like being on strategic podcasts. That looks like stepping out there fiercely in your full thought leadership era. Okay? All right. Let's do this.
Hey, pull up. Just you and me for a second. Are you an exec, a founder, or an entrepreneur who's sick of shrinking in rooms you're overqualified to lead? It's time to stop playing small and start owning your expertise. But how, Machochodi? Girl, I got you. I offer coaching that helps women of color just like you to claim your place as a thought leader. Whether you want to command a room, craft and share your signature story, or finally get that book out of your head and onto bookshelves, I've got the strategy and spicy accountability that you need. If you're tired of seeing less qualified folks shine while you stay behind the scenes, girl, the wait list is open. Follow the link in show notes to stop waiting for permission and claim your VIP spot now. My mission? Helping women just like you to snatch the spotlight, shake the table, and take your damn seat at the top already. No begging, no detours, and nope, no apologies. Just bold ass moves.